you are going through a really bad breakup, or maybe you just got separated, or you just finalized your divorce. And here you are, you're like, well, wow, I feel lost. I realize that a lot of my identity and sense of self-worth has been wrapped up in this relationship with this person for so many years. And here I am now, no longer in this relationship, and I really feel lost. I really feel afraid about my future and uncertain. So if that is something that you can resonate with and describes your situation right now, the first thing I want you to know is that you're definitely not the only one. This is actually a very common feeling for a lot of women, okay, and men, but it's a very common feeling once you've broken up with someone that you've been with for a very long time. It really doesn't matter if the relationship was a few months or a decade. Okay, so if we're coming from a place of feeling unworthy and unlovable, this breakup's going to hit you hard. And I get it. I've been through a lot of them. And that's why I really feel like this video today and the 6 tips that I'm going to give you can really, really help you if you choose to lean into them and practice them. Okay. Now, before we dive in, I just wanted to introduce myself in the event you're brand new to my channel. My name is Nikki McMillan. I'm a life and relationship coach for women, and I'm glad that you're here. All right. So let's go ahead and dive into this first piece of advice, right, on how to reinvent yourself after a breakup. And to do this, a lot quicker, because of course we would prefer that, is number one, you have to allow yourself to feel your feelings, to be with your discomfort, okay, to be with your sadness, with your loneliness. Please don't run from your feelings and try to numb out from them with a lot of wine, a lot of food, starting to do a rebound or getting back on the dating apps or, going back out and meeting other guys. Like, please don't do that. And listen, I'm not judging or criticizing when I say this. I mean, I did all this myself when I was heartbroken. Okay. And it was like a quick fix. But if you've done that too, or you're doing it and you've been through quite a few breakups like myself, you know that that method of like recovering from the breakup, you know that that doesn't work because you just end up in another relationship or seeing another guy that's the exact same person, just with a different face. Right. So we know that that pattern and that go-to doesn't work, right? So what does work is if you can be emotionally available to yourself, be this present, loving caregiver, mama bear to yourself, and see if you can love yourself through the pain and through the heartache. Really just be emotionally available to yourself. Allow yourself to cry. All right. Allow yourself to get sad, to get angry, to, just scream. And, I think one of the easiest tools, and not just the easiest, but like the most helpful tool to help you to be with your feelings and to actually process them, not to like ruminate in them for too long, but to actually process your feelings so you can then like let it go, is just emotionally release writing in a journal or just on scrap sheet of paper. And what I mean when I say emotionally release right is set a timer on your phone and set it for 20 minutes and just like say, I am so effing pissed. I can't believe this happened. I did this for him. I did that. When he did this, this is what I thought it meant. And get it all out, get it all out. And this may be a process that you do every day for the next 2 weeks or longer. This is such a great tool to help you to process your feelings. Okay. And it's one of the all natural, healthiest tools to help you process your pain and your emotions and your fear. Because here's the thing, a lot of times we just stay up here in our head and we ruminate and we create stories of fear, of unworthiness, of just all these things. We start imagining the worst case, or imagining just how life's going to be and how it's not going to be good. We just create stories and images that aren't real and that we don't have to create, but we're up here all the time and we get stuck up here because we're not doing enough of getting out. our feelings and emotions on here. We can't stay in, okay? We can't stay in our heads and stay in here. We got to start getting stuff out. So I think that this is a very inexpensive way to therapy yourself, to coach yourself. I think you can do it right now, as soon as you're done watching this video. And it's just a very easy tool and way to help you heal your heart and process your emotions. It's free, that you can do right away. All right. If you don't have the resources for a therapist right now or a coach right now. Okay. So that's my tip number one, to really help you to process this breakup and to start on this journey of reinventing yourself and your life to make it the best thing ever. When I say the best thing ever, I mean reinventing yourself and creating a life and starting to show up in a way that really feels right and true and aligned and just real to you, authentic to you. A lot of times we had to hit rock bottom in some area of our life to really start showing up and living life authentically. Second piece of advice is to get physically active. It's kind of like feeling your feelings, right? Processing them out, getting them out, talking them out. Well, it's the same thing with getting physically active. You want to getting active, like walking or running, or maybe doing yoga class, or maybe doing a dance class. If you can get active, that is a great way to help you process your pain, your emotion, and your hurt, and to really start empowering you. Working out, personal trainer, if you want to do that. That was one of the things that I did when I was going through, my dating experiences and heartbreaks, which was really from like, I would say 16 to 30, 31. I did personal training a lot throughout that time, and it just really helped me to feel like empowered and to like myself. And so I think personal training is a great way, but it is an investment, right? So if you don't have the money to invest in that, no worries. You can go to an affordable hot yoga class. Bar classes are fun. Just going to the gym or just going outside, walking, running, and even taking up, I would say meditation. But again, that's, for me, walking is meditation. I just want you to move your body. I want you to get active. Because when you get active, it helps you to get unstuck. And it helps you to feel strong and capable and empowered. Okay. The third piece of advice that has been a game changer for me and just for so many of my clients when they're going through a really tough heartbreak is that they start meeting, they don't have them already. They start meeting uplifting women, positive women. A lot of times it's like a spiritual personal development circle, women's circle that they find on Meetup or on Eventbrite or in book club, or that they just create themselves. That's what I did. I created my own women's group myself several years back. But you've got to get around women who are really wanting to become the best version of themselves too, and that are wanting to personally grow, and that are on this healing quest and journey of rediscovering their true self-worth. So I say this piece of advice because how many of you, or you, and no shade to this person, although it's going to sound like it, have these friends to where they're not really supportive. They're like man haters too, or they're not the best at healthy relationship either, or they don't really have a healthy identity or sense of self-worth. I just encourage you, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I encourage you to spend less time with this friend that isn't really going anywhere in her life, or that just kind of keeps repeating the same patterns and cycles as well. Meet uplifting, inspiring, positive women and start hanging out with them. Fourth piece of advice is create a 30-day self-care plan. And when I say create a 30-day self-care plan, I'm not just talking like physical self-care. I'm talking like for the next 30 days, you are going to, so this is actually an exercise that I give my clients in my coaching program, but I'm just going to share it with you here. So your 30-day self-care plan, it's almost as if you can take a sheet of paper and then draw 3 columns, okay? and then do your column of the things I'm going to stop doing for 30 days, the things that I'm going to modify for the next 30 days, and then the things I'm going to start doing. Okay. So maybe a stop doing on your 30-day self-care plan is stop scrolling on social media. Actually, probably for 30 days, do a social media 30-day detox, right? A modify would be Netflix for 1 hour a night instead of 3 to 4 hours, right? And then a start could be going to the gym 3 days a week, or going to yoga 3 days a week, or cooking a healthy meal for yourself 3 days a week, right? So just you could do like for your 30-day self-care plan so you don't get too overwhelmed, okay? 3 stops, 3 modifies, 3 starts. And make this something that is practical for you, yet a little bit of a challenge. When you have a 30-day self-care plan, such as this one, it's going to really help you fast track your healing process. It's really going to help you to believe in yourself more and to really just help you rediscover your self-worth. And I would say connect with your true identity or build a healthy identity so much faster than not doing an exercise like this. Because this exercise, this 30-day self-care plan exercise is like a blueprint to becoming the best version of yourself. As cheesy as that may sound, I mean, don't knock it until you try it. Okay. The number 5 tip that I really think is going to help you, and that's really neat to do this exercise, is to see that after you do this 30-day self-care plan, I want you to really ask yourself and see if you notice new priorities, new values, new beliefs in your life. How has your life and your perspective and what you value, what you believe, what you prioritize, how much has that changed in the last 30 days? And if you notice your goals changing, or maybe you have goals for the first time, you see, when we take some time to really focus on ourselves, to deal with the things that aren't going well, to focus on cleaning them up, feeling better, and we are actually consistent with doing the things we need to do, like the 30-day self-care plan, you're going to notice priorities changing, your values changing, beliefs changing, perspective changing, okay? And your goals changing in life. Or maybe you have goals, worthwhile goals for the first time in a long time. Okay, so do a reflection. Do a 30-day self-reflection on like who you were, right? 30 days ago, maybe a little bit longer ago, and who you are now, what you notice about yourself now, and how different it is. And acknowledge yourself for the transformation that has happened in just the past 30 days. I'm telling you, it is phenomenal. It is fascinating when we start to love ourselves, put ourselves first, when we start to be with our feelings and process them, and when we start to create healthy habits and do hard things that are good for us, how much you change in a short period of time. I mean, it is fascinating, the transformation. My 6th tip here, put yourself back out there and start dating again. And the reason why I'm saying this like several months later is because you have done all this inner work and healing and personal reflection, whether you did it by yourself, with a therapist, with a coach, whatever it is, and you feel like you are in a place of, okay, I know who I am. I know my worth. Okay. These are my values. These are my standards. Start dating again. Notice the people you start dating again, how different they are from this old from your ex, from all these other people that you dated in the past that weren't really quality. Okay? And don't get attached or become official very quickly. Nope, I'm not saying hop into a relationship, seal the deal right away. I'm not saying that. I'm saying start dating again with these higher standards, okay? These clear values, all right? And you just really feeling good and self-assured, and you're okay to be single Start dating from that come from, and notice how much better you start to get treated, and enjoy that, and date for a while, and don't commit right away. Okay. So, my love, these are my 6 tips, pieces of advice on how to reinvent yourself and your life after a breakup. So, let's do a recap. Number 1, feel your feelings. Number 2, get physically active. Number 3, up level your friendship circle. Start spending time with uplifting, positive women who are into personal development, spirituality, personal growth. Number 4, create that 30-day self-care plan and follow it. Number 5, after you do that, do this reflection, 30-day reflection. See if you realize new priorities, values, standards, goals. Okay. And then finally, number 6, put yourself out there, start dating. And this might be several months after all these other steps and after this breakup. So, this is what reinventing yourself in your life can look like after a breakup. I did this myself. It'll be 9 years in March. Okay. I've been with my partner for 9 years in March. And all the tips and pieces of advice that I gave you here today, I did. And here I am now in this beautiful relationship. Do we fight? Yeah. Do we get on each other's nerves? Yeah. Do we have issues? Yeah. But overall, it is a healthy, loving, respecting, high valued relationship. And we brought in a beautiful daughter 2 years ago. So life is good now. I'm not saying it's perfect because no one's life is perfect. And if someone is telling you that it is, they're lying to you. But when you go through a gut-wrenching breakup, you realize, oh my God, I don't know who I am. I don't feel worthy. And you go through this journey of reinventing yourself in your life, you can come out good on the other end if you really take the time, these steps that I shared with you today. Okay. Thank you for watching, my love. I really hope that this video with these tips I've shared with you today are helpful and you're excited to try them out. And if you're someone that's like, yes, I love this. I see this makes sense. I see how this can be helpful. I see how this can help me change my life, but you are not someone who wants to do this alone, or you know that you need a bit more of the hand holding and the step-by-step guidance. And I think the biggest thing, at least it was for me, is just the accountability, right? From someone each week. And I invite you to look into a Confident Woman Unleash, my 90-day signature coaching program, which is just one-to-one with me. And I'd love to help you in that capacity as well. Okay, if this was helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, because I'm going to be going over the next 2 signs that it's time to reinvent yourself in your life in the next 2 videos next week and the week after. Until then.